While we witness some legends retiring from tennis, that in no way shows that there isn't more in store for us by the sport. In fact, there are many up-and-coming stars that we just can't get enough of. Among these stars is Naomi Osaka, who has repeatedly shown us her skill and talent. Just recently, Osaka reflected on her 25th birthday about her journey in the game so far. Let's find out all about it. Starting with Naomi's reflection on her past. Osaka Naomi, the four-time Grand Slam winner, had a terrible year, during which she played just 23 singles matches and was heavily criticized for her lack of form. On September 16th, Osaka turned 25 and got several heartfelt birthday messages from her devoted following. The Japanese celebrity posted a throwback picture of her youth and a touching statement on her social media account. She thanked her followers for being supportive during her personal and professional development over the previous quarter century. Osaka reflected, "It felt like a quarter of a century had gone by for her, and that she considered herself quite fortunate to have interacted with so many fascinating people and seen so many fascinating locations." She said, "Honestly, with each passing year, I always look forward to putting myself together more or magically becoming more grown up, but I realize you can't rush a lot of things, and all of that will eventually come through experience and by living life." Up next, she also hinted at her return. So far, Naomi Osaka's season has been underwhelming. This year has been the first time she has failed to win a Grand Slam tournament, and so all of it must be pretty disheartening for her. Recently, the Japanese player also withdrew from her Pan-Pacific Open second-round match against Beatriz Haddad-Maia, ultimately ending her title defense. But if you're an Osaka fan, you shouldn't worry, because on her birthday, she also suggested that she might come back out on the court when the 2023 Australian Open is held. She finally ended her note by saying, "Thank you, thank you, thank you for following me on this journey, and I am so grateful for all the love and messages. I don't know what I did to deserve this. I love you, and I'm sure we'll see you." Osaka has been open about her struggles with mental health and has even declined to take part in post-match press conferences, saying that she values her mental health as much as her physical health. So, considering all the hard times she's been facing recently, it's wonderful to see her getting the much-deserved love and support from her fans. Following up, many are glad she's willing to come back. With all of her mental health issues and, not to forget, her various injuries and withdrawals this year, many are glad that the star has risen above the storm and come back. Since declining to take part in post-match news conferences at Roland Garros 2021, the year has been wild for the four-time Grand Slam champion Osaka, who has fallen from the top of the WTA rankings to a 6-year low of number 85 to begin this season. She was the runner-up in the Miami Open. However, she is not in the quarterfinals of any events in 2022, which must be pretty sad. But looking at the bright side, we're super glad that she's optimistic about the Australian Open, because we can see her back in form. Moving on, here are 7 times Osaka dominated on and off court. So while we're discussing Osaka and all the wonders she's done when she's in her form, why don't we take a walk down memory lane to see our favorite in all the moments that she stunned the world. Starting with the US Open win against Serena Williams. This one is one of her best moments of her career, even if many feel like her opponent stole the spotlight from her. The match was quite emotional for both her and Serena, but in all honesty, none of the two were to be blamed. A stunning 6-2, 6-4 victory over her idol Serena Williams in little over an hour and a half gave 20-year-old Naomi Osaka of Japan her maiden Grand Slam championship. What made that win even more amazing was that it was the first time anybody from her nation had ever won a Grand Slam tournament. Osaka served for the first set at 5-2, only half an hour into the match. She won the opening set with a service that was 117 miles per hour, breaking Serena Williams' service twice, showing no anxiety symptoms. Williams came into the final flat and did not serve as effectively as she had in previous rounds. Williams' coach, Patrick Mouratoglou, was called for a breach of the rules early in the second set while the player was serving. The American, competing in her 31st Grand Slam final, brought up the incident with the chair umpire and said that she doesn't cheat to win and that she'd rather lose. Despite all the drama, Osaka won the match after holding Williams' serve at the end of the second set, capping off a convincing performance. Next, she wins against her sister. The four-time Grand Slam winner has won her matches against many top-ranked opponents. However, there is only one win that she will treasure. Osaka's favorite and most satisfying act of revenge against her older sister remains at the top of her list. For her, the highlight of her career was undoubtedly when she proved her predictions correct and defeated Naomi Osaka. In her most recent victory, she said that these were the experiences that inspired her to make tennis her career. In a recent interview, she described how her decisive win came after suffering a 6-0 loss. The match was on a green clay court, which, as we all know, is a rarity since she usually plays on hard courts, so watching her ace in that situation made for an extra pleasant surprise. Following up, the time she stood up for BLM. Fearless moments like these are exactly why we're obsessed with her. Osaka has used her run in the US Open finals to draw attention to police brutality and racism by wearing face masks with all the names of black people that were killed in violent interactions with police or others allegedly motivated by racism. She said that if she made it to the final of the US Open, Osaka planned to wear a special mask with the name of a victim of violence in each of the 7 rounds. She hid her face with masks bearing the names Breonna Taylor, Elijah McClain, Ahmaud Arbery, and other brutality victims, including Trayvon Martin, George Floyd, Philando Castile, and finally Tamir Rice. Sabrina Fulton, Trayvon Martin's mother, complimented Osaka and encouraged her to continue to play well, continue to kick butt at the US Open. Next, her withdrawal from the 2020 Western and Southern Open. One of her most dominating moments was when she made a political statement by withdrawing from the Western and Southern Open. Shortly after she decided, the USTA, WTA, and ATP issued a joint statement saying they were deciding to recognize this moment in time by suspending tournament play in protest of racial inequity and social justice. Osaka tweeted she felt forced to withdraw from the event as a black woman to bring attention to police shootings of black people. She said that before she was an athlete, she was a black woman, and as a black woman, she felt that there are much more important matters at hand that need immediate attention, rather than watching me play tennis. The star also added that if she can get a conversation started in a majority white sport, she considered that a step in the right direction. Moving on, the time she called out some people. With her standing up for causes near her heart, many people were offended and wanted her to stick to the sport. Our fearless queen did nothing of that sort and instead clapped back at her haters on Twitter. She tweeted that all the people telling her to keep politics out of sports, which wasn't political at all, inspired her to win. She also added that the haters better believe she's gonna try to be on your TV for as long as possible. Not to forget her reply to the heckler who made her cry. Osaka faced Veronika Kudermetova of Russia, and early in the first set, a heckler took advantage of a quiet time to cry, "Naomi, you suck." This threw Osaka off her game. Later, she stated she simply wanted to thank everyone and added that being heckled isn't something that bothers her, but since she saw a video of Venus and Serena getting heckled there, it got to her. She also added that people watched the clip. Our guess is she maybe wanted to hint to the people that she might do the same that they did, which was not coming back to play for decades. Honestly, we don't blame her if she ever does something like that. Finally, when she called out tennis for being a white sport. The Japanese icon is no stranger to bringing attention to important societal concerns. She revealed she received a lot of of notifications the day she withdrew from the 2020 Western and Southern Open. She continued, however, saying that while she always understood that tennis was a mostly white sport, she has now come to terms with the fact. That's a wrap for this video. So what did you think of Osaka's heartfelt message? Let us know in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.